Hey, what's happening, my people? Just a quick update. I don't know who reads my stuff, but I was sick, but I was also going through a flashback. One can also, for people who don't know, I have PTSD. I'm on the healing side of PTSD, and it's been 2018 was the last time I had a flashback, and it was nowhere near what they were prior. Uh, because as you learn yourself in terms of mental health, you learn something called intensity, frequency, duration. So as you heal, the intensity, the frequency, and the duration of whatever your episodes are will diminish over time if you're really doing the work. So you learn to start feeling those things within yourself. So I just went through a flashback, and it's been 2018. Well, actually, there was one triggered by everything I went through with the people chasing me and blah blah blah. First one, and since 2018, and nowhere near the intensity, frequency, duration. Same here. But I did notice something, and that's the beauty of having these episodes for people who haven't done the healing work that I have, is that on the other side of them, there's always clarity, right? So I wanted to jump on real quick and drop some insight that I have on mental health, my healing journey, and keep it on that subject. So I just went through one. Now, it's nowhere near what it used to be, because in the past, like, there was no semblance of me when the episode happened, because I didn't know how to catch them with PTSD. I always say it's like your life's beautiful. You walk up to, this 10-story high rise that you own, and you look out at the world that you built, and you take it in, and you're proud, and you turn around and you see the building's on fire. Now you got to fight, flight, freeze, collapse, right? That's how it used to be. Now I can see when they're coming. Like, so typically before, the last two, which were nowhere near the intensity, but still they existed. I could see them coming because I was tapped into life more. I was doing things that I loved, and that's the epiphany I had tonight. Is I was still kind of down tonight, even though I had some pretty major wins in the past few days, and but still I couldn't snap out of the funk, right? Like and it was affecting my health, because when mental is mind, body, soul, it's all connected, right? When one's out of whack, they're all out of whack. So this sickness that I had, this whatever flu, wasn't going away. Well, where I'm staying, I walk upstairs, and this guy's girlfriend, she has a little baby, and the baby's about 1 year old, on the floor, adorable. And immediately I snapped out of it. Done. Like all the like, even the sickness started going. You can hear it in my throat a little bit, but even that started dissipating, because I saw this child, and I realized that the reason these I had these last two, it's because I'm not with my kids. They were my grounding mechanism. Kids are my superpower. Um, there's something in the purity of them that like we lose as adults, right? So when I take that in, I don't even have to take it in. It's like, because that just happened, and all of a sudden I'm like cleaning things up, and I'm back on the grind, but in a healthy way, like renewed, rejuvenated, can't be stopped type way. All because I saw this little baby, and I remembered what my fight was about. Um, when you get ingrained in the fight, you're ingrained in the fight. Uh, and if you're not doing things to ground yourself in the things you love, then you can lose yourself, right? And luckily, I've done the healing work to not have lost myself completely this time. Um, but I was close. You know what I mean? I was really close. And here's another thing too. Here's where I don't have bipolar, depression, anything that's chronic. PTSD is always there, but it comes in spurts. And you have to train yourself to know when those spurts are coming, so that you don't go all the way in. But intensity, frequency, duration, right? And when you learn healing, you learn that when you're really putting in the work, you start to learn that you're going to have more. It's going to happen, or you're going to have to combat it. But the intensity, the frequency, and the duration of the culmination of it will dissipate over time, and you'll start to notice that. You'll be able to gauge it, and you'll be able to you start getting in touch with yourself and these feelings that are coming up, that the world is dumping on you. You'll start to understand what those are, and you'll know how to prevent it from going full in. So in the past, there would be no semblance of me. People will say, get over it. Well, people that have chronic depression, they can't access themselves. I know what that's like, because those spurts would come, and in the past, I couldn't access myself. There was nothing. It didn't matter how much I loved my kids. It didn't matter how much anything was around me, how well I had done, the accolades. And back then I was crazy accolades. Even now, the wins, it doesn't matter, because you've lost yourself to this condition. And if you don't learn how to combat this condition, if you don't learn what the pattern is, you can't reverse engineer it. You can't undo it. And there's not a whole lot out there in Western medicine that allows for that, because they don't want you. They want you taking their medicine, right? And it doesn't work. For some people, it might be a temporary fix. That's all it is ever for anybody, a temporary fix. But I mean, the advertising that they do on TV now is disgusting. They want you sick. They want you sick. And so anyway, I'm not going to get into that. But all I had to do was see this baby. And when I saw this baby, immediately everything that I was feeling was like, whoop, it was gone. It was gone. I'm still a little, my throat, I was genuinely sick. But it's mind, body, soul. When one's out of whack, it's all out of whack. So the other thing I want to say too is, people will tell people with mental conditions to snap out of it. I know when in the past, when I was in full on, there was no me to access. Like, I was the condition had taken over. It's a force greater than you. So people should understand that too. Like in the 12-step programs, they'll talk a lot about this surrender into a force greater than you. There's always a force greater than us. And you can either choose that force and let it be something higher. Like, I recognize that when I saw this kid, that kids, the purity of kids, what I want this world to be for my children, what I want it to be for me and everybody else, that's what matters to me. So if I'm not fully grounded in that all the time, or you can lose yourself, but if I don't have that anchor pulling me back, then there is no me. There's the other force, the darker force. There's a dark and a light, and you have to choose the light, because dark runs the world right now. So you have to make that choice, and then you have to put in work to make sure that when you do lose yourself, because you will lose yourself, that you can pull yourself back. And intensity, frequency, duration. You can't get down on yourself when it happens. It's going to happen. It's just how quick do you pull yourself back? Some people don't pull themselves back. That's what chronic disorders are. They can't pull themselves back. They've lost themselves. They've truly lost themselves. And really what they don't need medication. They need an anchor. And Robert Downey Jr. said it best. He said, with addiction, you can list all the consequences you want on the face of the planet, and it's not going to matter to somebody who's addicted. You need to have a reason to live. So when you have that reason to live, that will drive you. That will pull you out of any ailment. You're always going to, this world wants you to suffer. It profits from our suffering. The way the power structure is set up to profit from our suffering. So you need to find your anchor in life. And when I saw that baby today, and I had the epiphany, I wanted to speak on it. That's what it is for me. That's what this whole fight's about. It's about making sure little innocent babies like that, and my kids and your kids, don't have to walk into this what I see coming. Perpetual greed wars for problems they didn't create. They've already slaughtered enough of our kids generation after generation. We got to stop it. We got to stop it. It's on us. Like, I say this, like I tell people that if you don't want to put in, sacrifice even a little to stop what's coming for our kids, when you tuck them in at night, just tell them you hate them. Be honest with them. Say, I hate you. Or I don't like you that much. I care about me more. So I'm going to put on the illusion that I'm a good parent, right? And I'm going to do all these little financial things, and I'm going to, whatever it is that society says makes you a good parent. Falling into rank and file. I'm going to do all these little things, and I'm going to do nothing about what I'm walking you into. I'm going to tell you to get good grades, and that's going to make your life better. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not. So we have to stop what's coming. And that's what this fight's about. And thank God I'm anchored, because I was this close to losing myself. And in the past, those were near fatal. And and it took, if you put the work in, those grounding mechanisms will pull you out immediately, and that's what happened. And it makes me realize how much more I need to get back to my kids, because I didn't suffer at all once I had done the work on healing, because I was surrounded. I had a place with my kids, and me and their mother split time their whole lives, but knowing that they were coming back, and just the presence of them in the house, like, kept me grounded all the time, so I didn't have to go through this. But because I have that epiphany now I have other grounding mechanisms. I know to call my kids immediately when I'm starting to feel like I want to go do some in the past type shit, because I'm feeling some kind of way. Anyway, I love you guys. Just wanted to speak on that real quick, speak on mental health. Don't tell somebody get over it when they're in it. They don't, like, I had some major wins today and was still feeling funky. Those wins don't fucking matter when your psyche is battling with itself. They don't fucking matter. Like, you look at a guy like Robin Williams and you wonder how, because he had lost himself. That money doesn't matter. Those wins don't matter. This matters. This is what matters. Those kids matter. Humanity matters. That's what matters. And when you lose that, if you don't put in the work to make sure that you don't lose that completely at any semblance of time, which this world is trying to make us do all the time, then you lose yourself. Then nothing matters. It doesn't matter what you achieve. None of that shit matters. Everything on the exterior doesn't matter. It's in here. I love you guys. Big wins today. You can look online for my updates, but major wins. Major. I love you.